Welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, August the 16th. My good friend is sitting across the studio from me today, Dr. Anand Chockalingam. And he came in today, he said, I'm going to teach you a new word. And I'm going to try to pronounce that new word now. It's called, you pronounce it, Uvagai.
You got it.
Okay.
As always, a pleasure to be with you, Paul. Thanks for inviting me.
Thank you.
So we can talk a little bit about Uvagai.
Uvagai. So that's a brand new word for me, but you said it's been around 20,000 years at least?
5,000 for sure, maybe longer.
Okay, 5,000 for sure. I exaggerate everything. I thought you said 20,000. So that's still a long time, 5,000 years.
Most languages don't have literature that old, but Tamil, my native tongue from southern India, we have written script, and that is translated in English. It's available in Google for anybody to see. It's called Tolkappiyam. That's the name of the book. And Uvagai is extreme happiness. And that's what Tamil philosophy or consciousness talks about. Siddhars, they've taught people how in day-to-day life they can find happiness. So that's what I thought we should talk about.
And not just
happiness,
but extreme happiness.
Yeah, that's like zest or bliss or however you want to word it. Then when I describe it further, then the religions come in and we talk about enlightenment. So I don't want to go into that sort of spirituality. We can just talk about how we can find happiness within our means, in our own world, in our everyday, day-to-day living.
And by finding happiness and having it in our daily life, we're helping our heart, aren't we?
We are definitely. The heart is going to thank you, your family will thank you, and our community will be better off if we can find happiness for ourselves.
So I know we've talked about this before, and the one thing you always talk about is the importance of smiling. And today, while we've been recording these segments, we have had one problem after another, but we've all kept smiling. And we've kept smiling and laughing, and it makes it better, even when you're facing adversity. If you just don't take it so seriously, it's better.
It is much better. For me, I'll tell you how it works. When I'm trying to play tennis, most of my good friends are better than me at tennis. So if I'm trying to still play my best tennis, I'll find myself smiling. Thereby, I'm relaxing, reducing the mental stress working on my body so that muscles can relax and perform better. So it's part of sports psychology, but it's been there in our tradition for, I would say, at least 5,000 years by the name of Uvagai, the same thing.
So just by the simple act of smiling, even if you're feeling bad, if you smile, it's going to make you, it makes you feel better.
It gives us confidence to cope with whatever it is and gives us the clarity and a perspective to come through successfully.
What do you say to somebody then who is just is a pessimist? I mean, a pessimist from the word go. How do you change that attitude?
We've done studies on 15-year-old children. Now they've been followed close to 25 years. So now they are in their early 30s. And if they answered when they were 15, things like suggesting they were depressed or pessimistic and didn't feel positive about their life circumstance, irrespective of their economic status, irrespective of their other challenges in life, they ended up having much higher risk for heart disease. So our physical health, what we see today, may have evidence starting much, much earlier in our life. So my simple request as a cardiologist is smile more, find optimism, connect with yourself. And if you are pessimistic, it's not the end of it. We can still find 100 different ways to find that meaning and connection and happiness so that our future will be better, not only ours, our children and our grandchildren's futures will be better. When they see us, they'll be inspired.
As a cardiologist, have you seen firsthand that when somebody changes their attitude and they start looking on the bright side, becoming a Pollyanna, have you seen that health will also improve?
So this we just published this week in Missouri Medicine. The topic that we are writing about in this medical journal is how higher consciousness through self-inquiry directly helps the heart. So this is really, I think, profound.
Repeat that again now.
Elevating our consciousness, which is Uvagai, which is finding happiness. Because consciousness, if you talk to so many different people, they look at it so many different ways. The neurologist will be happy if somebody can wake up and say his name, be oriented in place and time. But that's not the consciousness I'm talking about. I'm talking about people from day-to-day life feeling a little better, feeling happier, feeling more, I would say, confident in life. So that is what is higher consciousness. And if we can do that, it directly improves heart health in 70-year-olds. That's what we've shown here in mid-Missouri already.
Yeah, it's important also to be grateful and thankful for what you have in your life. To be grateful and just say, thank you for what I have. And if you stop and think a little bit about all the good things that you really do have in your life, you'd be a lot better off too. And forget about the negative stuff.
Definitely. And one more thing about this consciousness, Tolkappiyam, I told you 5,000 years ago, talks about it. They describe evolution just like the modern Darwinian evolutionary tree is. They start with plants, then they go to fish, then they come to termites, just how our human senses evolved. And the final sixth sense that Tolkappiyam talks about in evolution is the human mind. And that, they say, is not guaranteed just because we are human. Unless we use it properly, we are just at the level of beasts. So we have to use our mind towards finding happiness. That is the real meaning of life itself.
And so we can
despite our challenging circumstances.
We can use our mind to change things for the better.
We have to.
And that's when you talk about the mind, body, spirit. When we think about if we can will ourselves to be sick, we can will ourselves to be sick.
We very well can.
Yeah, I know you can. Or you can will yourself to feel a whole lot better too. Just get out and say, I think things are getting better inside.
And one more thing about this Uvagai, what I want to emphasize is it's not just in the mind. We cannot sit and logically figure it out. We need to use our body. Our body is also part of the deal. So what I invite people to do is connect with exercise, connect with sports, connect with your body physically, sweat, enjoy. And from there you will find that deeper connection with life itself.
And you can go to highlifejourney.org.
Yes.
Okay.
We have all this for 8 hours of recording for anybody who wishes to follow more details.
highlifejourney.org. Dr. Anand Chockalingam, thank you so much for coming by. You're a true treasure to have on this program. We appreciate it.
I thoroughly enjoyed. Thanks for inviting.
And I appreciate your friendship too. Bye-bye.